Hey, Anthony here from the Best in the West. This is the second part of the video from the last video I posted where I demoed it out. They had to put some plumbing in for a washer, dryer, a sink. We demoed on a Monday, the last video I did, and then we're here on a Friday. Chris and I is going to set it up. I have a regular car, a couple cars I drive other than my truck. I drove my Prius over there and I didn't have a sledgehammers. Lucky we had a couple finish hammers in there, so we're just pounding the dowels in with them. Her and I set it up real quick, and then we're going to pour it the following Monday because Saturday getting concrete, a lot of people don't want to deliver it here with the big shortage.
All right, so what's going on? Day 2 on the job?
Chris and I just set all this up. The plumbers got everything in they needed to get in, which helped me up. We just put the rebar in, all the dowels. We just put the dobies in Monday before we pour them. We're gonna put expansion foam right here. That's all the pressures right there. And if they ever demo this, they won't screw up the garage floor. So I'm gonna measure this to see how much concrete I need. I would guess it's 20 by 20.
Dude, this thing's a piece of crap.
What the fuck? Oh, that's me. Oh, there we go. Maybe it was me. So we're gonna measure this up and see how much. So we got 20 by.
Probably is 20 by 20. It's just the rebars didn't fit.
20 by 20, which comes to about 400 square feet, so it's about 5 yards.
So just get 5.5 and it'll make it.
Looks thick down there.
In some areas it is a little bit.
So it took us about 40-30 minutes to set it up. This is the morning of the pour. It's Pedro, his son Andreas or Andrew, and I pouring it. Just 3 of us. I'm pumping it, pulling the hose. They're finishing it. I got the pump, the only way to go. So we're gonna lay this down really effortlessly. There's not much to it. I'm just gonna pump it down. There's no shovel guys, no guys raking it. I see guys raking concrete and stuff. I mean, removing it like 10 times. You get a pump, you can just lay it in almost like just perfect. That's an Olin 545. The day I demoed this, I had strep throat. I was sick as crap. I think Johnson gave it to me, and then this following Monday, I was still sick, so I'm a little slow. So I'm going to set this up, and it's a 90-degree day that day. It was kind of warmer than normal. It had been like high 70s, and it was 90 naturally the day I was pouring. But I didn't put any polar set or nothing in it. The concrete still hung up a little bit. It took about 3 hours because it's inside the garage. And as the sun moved around, it only hit the front there a couple feet back. I put expansion foam in between the new garage floor and the driveway because they're going to take the driveway out and put pavers in it so they don't spall or jack up the new garage floor. He's making it like an office and stuff, so they don't want it broomed or nothing. We just hard troweled the crap out of it. And I'm just clamping all this stuff up here. Pretty easy, 75 feet of hose. And this is the only way to go. You don't need a bunch of guys. You don't need nothing. But my next video you guys are going to love. I'm filming it tonight. I'm going back to film it. All the landscaping's done. Take a guess. See if you can figure out what video I'm going to refilm. I should have it up Monday or Tuesday. That's the thing. I'm the only one up here that posts stuff worthy of going back. So it puts me in a different category of videos when homeowners look and stuff. And Orange County, California people, they see my videos on there and the custom stuff. And that's more what I'm into doing. This is pretty basic, but they feel you have to do every level of it, be able to, because you can fill in. It's not always custom or high-end stuff. Sometimes it's just basic garage slabs, that you go and make $5,000 on in a day and a half. And it adds up, you do 10 or 20 of those a year on top of what you're doing. Because some of the custom ones, there's a lot of extra stuff and different stuff that drags it on a little longer. You got to put a wall in if you want to do it and stuff I don't like to do. I don't think there's very much money compared to the flat work, and it ties me up. So I've been looking at a lot of bids and stuff from landscape architects and stuff. A lot of architects have been calling me from seeing the videos. A lot of other countries too. I'm supposed to be going to possibly Canada for a couple months. to run a crew. We'll see. This was actually calced to 5 yards, but I bought 6 in it. I looked up in the truck and there's probably just under half a yard left. And the grade was straight. I don't know. So I always go a yard over. It was right at 5.5. There's Johnson. He's gonna show up trying to get me sick again. Just kidding, bro. So I'm gonna wash this out. My day's done. I'm just gonna have to hang out, Chris and film until we're done. Pedro and his son will kill this. I mean, basically 2 guys. Pedro and his son and I, and that was it. That's all you need to do this kind of stuff. If you have the right tools, the way, if you go about it the right way, and it'll come out flawless every time. So we're gonna be hanging. I'm just washing this out. I'm gonna wash out about 80, 90 gallons in it. If I was in a rush and I was going job to job pumping, I would do less. See how clean that is when you wash it out? Look, that's residual water in the pump. Clean as a whistle. We're actually having fun. This is like a birthday party. It's easy money if you do it right.
Nothing's easy. It's hard work. You got to pay your dues.
No matter what, yeah. Yeah, it's not hard for a decade. It's not easy for a decade. It's a nice.
Some days still are terrible.
Unless you got horsepower.
It's 90 degrees today. We got the sun shining. Sun's hitting our backs. We're good to go.
I'm feeling sweet. I'm gonna go to the beach the rest of the week. I am feeling chipper. Right? You going horse riding tonight?
Yeah.
How late did you go last night?
I left at like 8.
Oh, you left late.
Yeah. It's a lot nicer at night because no one's around.
Freaking cowboy's back.
The cowboy and his mule is back.
The cowboy is back.
Says they're more
That dude
noble.
kicks ass. You guys want to watch a real finisher? You watch that dude. Well, you'll see him. That's why California sets a standard of what you expect it to work. There's a lot of good people out there, a lot of good companies too. That's how I watch people when I pump, so I've seen it, all of them. There's a lot of good people.
You got Santa Ana's, but they're not dry.
What city are we in? Fullerton. I had 75 feet of hose. We laid that down in about 10 minutes. Washed out, we were done. I just gotta let the boys do their thing, and then we're out of here. Right? Limber is a...
Little schoolboy.
I almost ate
There's Limber as a little schoolboy.
Fucking crap, and I almost ate it. One time I got my foot caught in between the hoses, and I hung out backwards. I fell over the edge.
So that thick rubber saved your life.
Well, my foot was hung. I had to do a sit-up. Well, I never showed my remote I use.
The pump boss?
Yeah. Not too bad for a 40-year-old, huh?
40-year-old. Shaving off 14 years.
You gonna hammer that?
That's too much. You only do a couple years.
Come on.
Eh,
Don't hammer me with that. But biologically, I'm probably
10.
30.
Eh.
Oh, mentally, yeah. Physically, I'm
Right.
hanging them. Look at that, one arm press. Let's see you do that.
With that hose, yeah, not the bigger one.
We're gonna have to chest.
Mm.
That's it, dude. Hey, we're done. So here's the remote I use. This is a Pump Boss. You can get it with throttle, volume control. I just have the on-off on this one. My other pumps had all that. I don't really use it. But that's it. There's the antenna. Owen put the low flow on it for me. And it's just a box.
On the other side.
It's right here. It goes behind you. So you hook it on there, antenna, and then your remote. It's good for 1,500 feet. You can pump on off. 1,500 feet's a long ways. I've never done it that far.
Here, that's a long ways. Everything's so tight.
That's it. Peace out.
Eh.
So here we go. He's putting a wooden bowl float on it. In California, it's different. You want to leave it open so the water bleeds to the top, and then you get bleed water, and it goes through the concrete into the ground. We don't seal it up till the end, till we get on it with steel trowels. So we use wooden bowl floats. I've noticed other people don't because of the different weathers and stuff, which I don't know anything about. I've never poured concrete in anything but perfect weather. So it makes it an advantage for what I'm doing and being in the concrete industry. He's 20 years old. That's Pedro's son. He'll be out with me a lot. Pedro will be the guy you guys see from here on out, and he has access to just all-star crews. Whatever I want, he'll get me. I've known him for a long time. Him and I are real close. So they want to joint up the middle and then down the center, basically. In the old school days, they never jointed garages. And every one of them's cracked and every one of them's heaved because they're on clay soil where water will get up underneath it and expand, and then it won't get moisture for years. Sometimes down here it doesn't rain. I mean, a year, and it shrinks, and you got a void. And you put a car on it, and the soil underneath shrinks, and it's gonna start cracking. And I'm not talking cracks. I mean, there's separations on a lot of these garages I see. And the footing settle too, and one side will be tilted down. There was really no in the 60s. There wasn't inspections and standards, But California, worldwide, with the license I have and the work I'm doing, is the highest standard you're going to see. When you watch the West Coast, you're watching the best of the best. And the videos prove. I mean, you're putting up staircases like that, benches, floating steps. It just speaks for itself. You don't really need to say much. It's probably why they feature that stuff in engineering magazines and stuff, a lot of my stuff. A lot of people call me or email me and want to me to release my videos so they can put it on their stuff, but I don't generally do it. I've only done it a couple times. I don't really need the exposure in that manner. I'd rather have a reign of what my stuff is, control of it. So my man Pedro is going to skate this out. He actually skated it 3 or 4 times. There it is right there. Another beautiful job by Best in the West. And thank you very much. And check out the next video, the return video I do. Have a nice day.